Did you know that Americans currently owe more than $1.2 trillion in auto loan debt? That is currently the highest in U.S. history. According to Credit Karma last year, the average monthly payment for a brand new car in the U.S. is about $568 a month, and the average for a used car is a little bit under $400 every single month. And just to start, what would you do with an extra $400 every single month in your pocket that's disposable? You can do whatever you want with it, but what would you actually do with it? Drop it down in the comment section below and let me know. You could put that money towards your investments, maybe in the stock market, maybe in cryptocurrency. That's completely up to you because it's your money. Or you could save that money over a couple of months in a nice savings account that could actually get you started with your first business. Or even past that, you could save that money for a year or two, and that could be a down payment for a brand new house that you might want to buy. Who knows? It's all up to you because once again, it's your money. Either way, in this video, I'm here to talk about cars, fast cars, slow cars, exotic cars, clown cars. It really doesn't matter. Cars, vehicles in general, auto loans, everything like that. If you guys couldn't tell by the title or the thumbnail of this video, I'm actually here to talk to you about how I actually paid my car off, all of it in one single year, actually in less than a year, over $12,000 worth of debt paid off in less than 1 year. So I'm going to talk about all that in this video, give you guys some tips on how you can pay your car off faster, and then we'll go about our day. Hopefully you enjoy. So let's actually get right into the video. I don't like wasting your time around here. Let's go. And real quick, before we actually jump into my first tip, I didn't even mention who I am. My name is Dollar Mike. I make videos all about personal finance, credit cards, budgeting, investing, anything like that, or anything that relates to money. I got you covered 100% right here on the channel. So if you like any of that kind of content, make sure you like this video and subscribe to see more videos like it. Also, make sure you check out my links down below. That'll get you some free stuff in the stock market, some free stuff in cryptocurrency, and just some free stuff in general. And who doesn't like free stuff? So check out those links down below. Watch the rest of my videos if you want. And that's about that. Let's get started. So there's not too many ways that you can actually get out of paying your bills, but if you can actually save some money here, save a little bit more money there, in the long term, you'll overall save money, especially when it comes to paying down a car, because you have to pay for the actual principal on that car, which is actually how much the car is worth, how much you paid for it, and you also pay for interest on the car as well. Which leads me to my first tip, which is opportunity. And one of the best opportunities that came about for me personally was actually the pandemic. Obviously, the pandemic hurt a lot of people, and it's still hurting people to this day, and we're not out of it just yet, but hopefully we will be pretty soon. Regardless, the pandemic helped me out in a particular way, which I'm going to explain right here. When the US government finally realized that we were in a pandemic last year, they began to pass relief. One of the types of relief was actually student loan debt relief. In that relief, student loan debt payments were actually paused, so you didn't have to actually go and pay for your student loan debt if you didn't have the money to do so, and no interest would be accrued on the account as well. At that time in particular, I was paying $500 every single month to my student loan debt, which is a little bit over $30,000 right now. But since the debt relief was paused until at least the end of the year, I would have enough time to actually go and move all that money that I was paying on my student loan debt and go and put that towards my car. I knew the interest rate of all of my student loans as well as knowing the interest rate of my car loan. My interest rate on my car loan was about 7%, and the highest interest rate on all of my student loans, I believe, was about 4.6%. So just naturally speaking, I would spend more money in interest on my car than on student loans. So I figure, okay, well, I can go ahead and knock this out because I only owe about $12,000, a little bit over that on the car. In student loans, I owe a little bit over $30,000. So I was like, okay, well, I can go and bust this out over a year. And just like that, I did just that. I went ahead and paid my car off in full, every single penny, and then all the money that I got saved now can actually go towards my student loans and have that paid off in a shorter amount of time as well. So obviously that type of relief is really rare, so take advantage of it. If you can take advantage of it, do just that, and you'll save yourself some money in the long term. My second tip is actually to pay bi-weekly on your car loan and also do roundups if you can as well. Typically speaking, your car loan is a monthly bill and most people get paid bi-weekly or every 2 weeks. That means you should go ahead, if you can, try and pay for your car every 2 weeks, not the full monthly payment unless you actually can do that. Try to pay a little bit over 50% of whatever your monthly bill is, and in that way you'll actually be saving money on interest and pay your car off faster, and you'll also be paying your car off faster because you're paying more than what the monthly minimum payment is. And if you can do that, that's perfectly fine as well. You can still pay for it once a month, every single month, but try to at least round up your payments. So say for instance, your monthly car payment might be what, $219 a month or something like that. Try to pay at least like $225, $230, just to get a little bit extra in there to actually go towards the principal of your car. Overall, like I said before, paying your car off faster and saving you money on interest, because the last thing you want to do is pay for more than what the car is actually worth. And when you're paying for interest, you're automatically doing that anyway. With this tip in particular, budgeting plays a huge role. So if you can actually budget your money and get a whole full-blown monthly budget going, you can find out what you're spending your money in every single month and possibly cut back on some things to put towards your car payment, therefore paying your car off faster. That's simple. Let's move on to my third tip. So my third tip is to know the rules. Some loan providers actually have a prepayment penalty, which is honestly ridiculous, but regardless, it is what it is. If you actually go and try to pay off your car early, they'll charge you an extra fee. Or if you try to pay extra every single month or pay twice a month, they might also charge you an extra fee to do that. And that's the case, and it kind of coincides with the interest and stuff like that, it might be your best bet to try to find a different loan provider for your car. Or when you go to the dealership, actually ask them if this loan provider is going to do something like that. Because if they are going to do something like that, it's probably best not to get your loan with them unless you don't really mind paying extra. But I don't see why you would want to do that, especially after watching this video. It's a simple question. It takes 5 seconds to ask, or you can go and look it up online on Google or on your loan provider's website, and they'll give you the answer right then and there. Or you can go ahead and call them. It's completely up to you. Every loan provider is different. I personally never ran into this issue. My car was actually financed through Ally Auto or Ally Banks. So if you want to actually go and finance your car through Ally Bank, then you can do just that. They're not paying me to say that. I do like that bank a lot. I also invest with that bank. So yeah, but there are plenty of banks, there are plenty of different loaners that actually do that and don't charge you any prepayment penalty. But the ones that do, stay far away. I'm letting you know right now, it's a bad bet. My fourth tip when it comes to actually paying off your car faster is actually to refinance. You will need to do all the calculations to figure that out for yourself, but obviously you can just go right on Google, type it in, refinance calculator, and boom, there you go. There's a refinance calculator waiting right there for you to use. So you don't have to actually do anything yourself. All you gotta do is really just plug in the numbers. Regardless, in simple terms, let's say you got a brand new BMW M3 and you had pretty bad credit when you got it, but they gave you the car anyway because they didn't care, because at the end of the day, they're just trying to make more money off of you. So they gave you that car anyway, and you got an interest rate of about 15%, which for a car is pretty high. For me personally, to go for a car or really any other loan besides a credit card, the interest rate needs to be under 5%. That's a great interest rate to have, but obviously if you can get lowered to like 4%, 3%, 2%, 1.99%, because some people have those on their car loans, then that would be amazing as well. But like I mentioned before, they give you that brand new BMW M3 with that 15% interest rate, which is pretty terrible. Trust me, you do not want to pay that interest rate because you'll end up paying way more than what the car is actually worth. If you have bad credit at the time and then you go and refinance maybe a year or 2 years down the line, you could possibly get that interest rate under 5%. And you definitely want to go ahead and refinance to do just that, because otherwise you're going to end up paying $5, $10, $15, maybe $20,000 more than what the car is actually worth, and you'll end up losing money. And then when you go and actually sell that car, you'll be losing money as well because you paid way more than what it's worth, and you go and sell it basically for a loss anyway, because the car is probably not going to go up in value unless it's some type of special edition car or something like that that'll keep it going up in value, unless you just don't drive it, because you can do that as well. But what's the point in buying the car if you're not going to drive it? So, you know, hey, it is what it is. Nonetheless, with a great credit score, you can go out here and get yourself basically anything you want for a decent interest rate as well. And I made a video talking about credit scores. They'll all be linked right up there. I've been talking about credit on the channel for a while now, and credit scores might be changing coming soon, so I'll have to make a video talking about that as well. But regardless, links up there for my credit score video, and that'll get you all good to go, what you need to know all about credit score, stuff like that. So check that out as well. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, it's not too much you can do to actually get out of paying your bills, but if you can pay them off faster and get a better interest rate when you're going to pay off your car loan, maybe your house loan, maybe your school loans, anything like that, then this video I feel like can help you out. If you guys would actually like to know the full-blown details of how I paid off my car, I can give you those stats right here. So my 2012 Nissan Altima sitting right outside right now was about $220 a month every single month. I had about a 7% interest rate. I could have refinanced, but I didn't because I did the calculations and I saw that I might get the refinance down to like 4.9. But if I ended up paying the car off in a year, which I ended up doing, then I only would have saved about $150. And to me, going through the whole hassle of refinancing a car, doing all that, I didn't really see the need to do that. Regardless, it was $220 a month for that car. I ended up paying $500 a month before the pandemic actually started. And then once the pandemic did start and I didn't have to pay for my student loans anymore, I ended up paying $1,200 or a little bit over $1,200 every single month on this car. Paying a little bit over $1,200 every single month actually knocked my 5-year car loan down to about 1.5 years. So basically this car was paid off in full in a year and a half. Cannot complain there. I paid it off back in November of 2020 and I've been just cashing out on the easy money ever since. So all the money that I actually had to put towards the car, it just goes towards investments or something else now, maybe a house, maybe another car. You know, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to find out what the future holds for us. It'll all be documented right here on the channel. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching as always. And that's about it. So if you have any questions, comments, drop them down below in the questions and comments section. If you want to hit me up on my Instagram and ask me questions there, you can do just that. If you enjoyed the video, drop it with a like. Subscribe to see more videos like this. And that's about it for this video. So as always, thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. I hope you enjoy it. And that's kind of it. I'm out. Dollar Mike. Peace.